How to survive a real estate crash for real estate agents. So the last real estate downturn in my market was absolutely crushing. Not only did I survive it, but my business went up by 10 times. So this is about what we did and what worked for us during that last downturn. So it was not that long ago. We only came out of it like 2 years ago. So let's dive into part one of this series, Mindset for Millions, and see how it's going to help you crush it while everybody else is freaking out. So why should you listen to me? Well, during the worst market ever, I was down to a few sales. The following year, it was still brutal, but I did over 60 million and followed that with another 60 million. And then last year, over 300 million. So what changed? It was purely my mindset. I finally got it figured out. You're looking at a 22-year overnight success. So if you're not from our neck of the woods, you've probably been experiencing a fantastic real estate market for quite a few years, maybe from 2013 or 14 right up until a couple months ago. I live in Calgary, Alberta, and it's an oil-based economy. So if you know what happened to oil, our market fell apart starting around 2015, right till the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020. So in 2018 specifically, it was one of the worst years I'd ever seen, if not the worst market I'd ever seen for real estate. Most people were down and out. There was tens of thousands of people were laid off. It was a total mind. Tough to ignore, but we absolutely had to. So get your mind in order. Make sure it's clear. Don't buy into the rhetoric that you hear online or in the media. So for example, if you were hitting the gym to build your body, would you be drinking gallons of soda and alcohol while you were mainlining cocaine and heroin? Obviously you would not. Don't do it to yourself. Ignore it. Turn it off. It's absolutely lethal to your mind, which is going to be lethal to your business. Let everybody else bury their heads in the sand. Entrepreneurs and top producing agents not only are prepared for the downturn, they embrace it. Money and business excel in the worst of times. And here's why. Your competition's going to drop off. They're going to bury their head in the sand. They're going to quit. They're going to take more time off, and they're going to completely lose confidence. This is your opportunity to grab market share. While they're folding, you're excelling, and you have to think there is always somebody out there that is buying a house or moving to a new city. Second part, get rid of any drama-ridden agents, okay? The conspiracy people, the ones that are going to drag you down, don't engage, don't interact, drop them immediately. Start filling your brain with positivity. So here's a list of books that you can, and it's only a short list, but here's a list of books to help you get into the groove, into the right mindset. So what works for me is listening to them on Audible when I'm in my car or instead of watching TV. When I hop in bed, I throw it on for even 20 minutes, or when I'm eating breakfast, if nobody else is around, if I'm by myself. But if my family's around, then obviously I want to interact with them because I don't see them all that often. But it's all those times where there was some slack time, I was just listening to Audible and filling my head with positive stuff. So, little side note for you, I didn't listen or read any thought-provoking sales or mindset-related books for years. I thought I was already a badass until the recession came along, and then it punched me right in the face. So I listened to a bunch of books and my business boomed. Now, was that the whole missing piece? Not at all, but it's a pretty good part of it, and it takes all parts to make a whole. So one of the best books for me, and although it wasn't right away, and then I ended up listening to it more than once, was Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. I love this guy. I didn't like him at first, but what's great about the book is that it was born out of a time when Grant got absolutely crushed by the 2008 market crash. It literally gave me permission to 10 times my business, and I went from a few sales to over 200 in the space of 12 months. And in all honesty, I actually only 9 times my business, so my apologies to Grant Cardone. However, A couple of years later, I 4 times that business. So I guess I made up for it. So I listened to it at least 3 times in the latter half of 2018. And how can you not feel better and more confident and want to crush it when you got Grant Cardone in your ear? Sell or Be Sold, fantastic book. I loved it. Not going to be for everybody. Now consider this. The market only improved in sales by about 10% year over year from 2018 to 2019, but I improved by like 400%. That is how powerful the belief in myself became from listening to Audible books over and over and over again, filling myself with positivity. Your mind is powerful, and it will be whatever you feed it, just like the rest of your body. You are what you eat, and you are who you surround yourselves with. So there was quite a few books I read. I didn't mention them all, but you know what? Top 3 out of that I would say would definitely be Sell or Be Sold, The 10 Times Rule, and 100%. Never Split the Difference. That one was awesome. So throw in the comments any books that you guys found to help you in your business. Definitely curious to hear about some new ones, and I'm sure everybody else is as well. So on that note, do you want to coach? We're looking for some real estate coaching partners. Even if you've never done it before, but you feel like you have something to offer, text my number, which is on the screen. Let's set up a time to chat about it. And it doesn't matter if you've been in the business for 1 year or 10 years. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, by the way, watch the next one in this series, number 2. I'm going to lay out the 10 things we did for listings and buyers during the downturn. And it not only got us through the tough market, but we 10 times our business. And it's going to do the same for you. We'll see you there.